Hey, it's meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen here with the 9 News Weather Impact Team with a look at your forecast for today and beyond. For today, all those emails that you've sent Mother Nature complaining about the winds over the last 6-7 days, well, she finally got the message and she's cutting out the wind for today and the next several days. Only light winds are in the forecast, so that's going to help make it feel like a really comfortable day, as well as getting the temperatures up there close to 70 degrees. So let's take a look at the forecast here for the temperatures for today. High temperatures mainly going to be in the middle 60s to upper 60s throughout most of the day, and then later on in the afternoon, right before the clouds burst in, we'll just briefly hit that 70-degree mark in some areas. I feel like it needs to hit that 70-degree mark before 3 o'clock because we'll get a little bit of a wind shift and some cloud cover at about 3 o'clock. And so if we didn't hit 70 by then, we might not be able to get there. But either way, it's going to be a very comfortable day with pleasant temperatures and calm winds. Nice in the high country as well, with those temperatures getting up there fairly warm. Middle 50s for some of the Summit County mountain towns, and on the western slope 75 in Grand Junction, 71 in Durango. It's a very warm day for this time of March. So here's this setup in the atmosphere right now. You're looking at the live satellite and radar picture. You can kind of make out the big clockwise turn of the atmosphere and those clouds over the Pacific Ocean and extending up into the northern part of the country. That is a very strong ridge of high pressure. Super unusual for this time of year. We don't get these in March too often, but this is going to break record high temperatures all across the West in the coming days here, from Spokane, Washington, all the way down into Denver tomorrow on Thursday. Phoenix could break a couple of records starting tomorrow. So it's going to be a very strong ridge of high pressure. Here currently, we in the Denver area and much of northeast Colorado, just still getting clipped by the outer edge of the jet stream. Just one more day here as we stay in that. Now the winds this is all mid-level stuff now, so the winds are not going to really translate down to the surface as far as those strong wind gusts from the jet, but the mid-level moisture will have a little bit of an impact. One, it keeps the humidity levels high, so less fire weather conditions, and it'll also mean that we'll get some afternoon clouds. So if you look at the futurecast here, the computer forecast model, showing some cloud cover and some light flurries over some of the high countries in the northern part of the mountains, and that'll slowly dissipate as we go through the day, and then we'll get cloud cover on the Front Range starting at about 3 o'clock. So we'll stay clear, lots of sunshine all the way up until about 3 o'clock. And then we'll start to see those clouds move into the area, maybe even a few sprinkles of rain here and there to the north of Denver and maybe east of I-25. But that's only going to be sprinkles, so low impact stuff. You won't even notice them for the most part there. No measurable precipitation out of that. And then the clouds start to move away later on this evening, and once we get into Wednesday morning, we're looking at completely clear skies, blue skies and sunshine all through the day on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be really a spectacular day across the state of Colorado. Here's the wind forecast now. The winds are forecast to stay light through the day Tuesday and on into Wednesday. Here's the forecast going through at about 6 o'clock this evening. We can see almost calm to light winds, even extending into the foothills. You can kind of note the wind direction there coming from the north a little bit, and that will try to usher in a little bit of cooler air from the north, and that may be what helps stop us from making 70 degrees. But even if it stops at 68 or 69 today, it's going to be really great. And then look at this forecast for very early Wednesday morning. Even the foothills having some really calm and winds, and maybe even some just light winds would be amazing for the foothills. And then on into Wednesday, it looks like the winds is really not going to be a huge issue for us going all the way into about Friday afternoon when the next storm system rolls in. So here's the forecast lows for Wednesday. We're going to start out mild once again here, with temperatures potentially staying above the 39 degree mark here, 41 in Denver, potentially some other 40-degree low temperatures in the area. So that's going to be another launch pad to get us into some warm temperatures on Wednesday. Here's the forecast across the state on Wednesday. We could be very close to 80 degrees Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Here's the departure from normal. So this is how much the forecast high temperatures would be from the normal conditions for this time of year. 19 degrees above normal here in Denver. Much of the state here more than 20 degrees above normal. So when you look at your weather pattern here, this is the model of the atmosphere showing that huge ridge of high pressure extending way up into the northern part of the country here. Now, normally in a March on the Front Range, about every 7 to 8 years, we get a big snowstorm. Well, it's about the same variable for a big ridge of high pressure like this. They come around about every 7 to 8 years. And when you look at the analogs through history, you know, looking when did this happen recently, so 2017 and 2012 come up in those analogs as years that started out in March with these very strong ridges of high pressure, which means warm temperatures and dry conditions. So that's what we have this year. So if you've lived in the area for any amount of time, you know when you say 2012 and 2017, those introduced early forest fire danger. So we've had high fire weather conditions because of the dry grass on the front range and the eastern plains, combined with gusty winds and low humidity. Now, when you start to talk about large forest fire danger, that season is not here yet. That usually comes in the summer months. So in 2012 and 2017, both of those years featured early large forest fire danger, and that was even in early June. So that's what we're kind of building up towards, and just kind of keeping in the back of our mind here as this weather pattern develops, is that between 7 and 9,000 feet, we start to see the drying conditions here as we go through a pattern like this. But that ridge of high pressure will last about 3 or 4 days, breaking down sometime during the day on Friday. We'll start to notice some of the influence of this next trough of low pressure that you see out here to the west here in the computer modeling on Saturday. So Friday night we could see some mountain snow showers and some windy conditions start to develop. And then it does look like this storm system, it's not going to be a major storm, but it does look, because of the timing, it will have impacts coming in on the weekend. So it looks like Saturday could feature some rain showers during the day, potentially early in the morning and then again in the afternoon. So that is a type of a pattern that could upset some weekend plans here. And then on Sunday, it looks like we could get a good bit of some moisture here on Sunday morning, which could feature a little bit of mixed snow showers in there on the higher parts of the Denver metro area. And then of course we're looking at some decent snow totals out of this storm system in the mountains. So it is needed. It is much needed, actually, but unfortunately it does look like it may try to upset some weekend plans, because we do have rain in the forecast here at the moment. It's still early, but here you see on the 7-day extended forecast here that we have a decent 65% coverage of rain on Saturday, and then on Sunday we also have rain chances. And I feel like the way that this pattern is developing, Sunday will end up also carrying a very high rain percentage here. So both Saturday and Sunday have some potential there for, if you have some outdoor plans on the weekend, some that could have an impact on you. But otherwise, when you look at the rest of the 7-day forecast there, you see those 3 very warm days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, we could make it up to that 80-degree mark. It's not too far outside of the realm of high probability there. And when you look at the record, 84, that happens to be the warmest temperature ever recorded in Denver during the month of March. So, and that just happened to be on a day that we're going to get warm this year. So I think that record might be safe. But then on Thursday, that record is only 78. We have the forecast in there for 79 right now, but that could even get up into the 80s. So there's a very good chance that we'll break a record high temperature on Thursday, although we'll introduce a little bit more cloud cover on Thursday as well. So I think Wednesday might be the really award-winning day out of this bunch. And then Friday will be a decent day all the way through the day here, getting up without huge impacts from that incoming storm system. So 77 degrees for a high temperature there. 83, that's the second warmest temperature ever recorded in the month of March in March. So we're looking at some territory there that we're rarely into in the month of March. And then you see the impacts of that storm system. Also on temperature, it doesn't look like we're going to be cold enough to get any significant snow accumulation in the Denver metro area, although we'll likely see a little bit of it, at least snowfall in some of the higher suburbs of Denver. And then we'll start to moderate things back into Monday, but it looks like we're going to keep a little bit of a more active pattern going into the first week of April. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as this forecast develops. But hopefully that helps you with all of your planning details. And thanks for watching the forecast, and I hope you have a great day.